Softshell crab is one of the state's oldest aquaculture industries, dating back to the 1800s. The natural life cycle of a crab is what allows this industry to thrive. In order to grow, a blue crab must molt, which means it swells with water to break out of its shell. A color change on the back paddle fin, beginning as a white line around the edges that gradually turns red, lets shedders know exactly how soon the crab will molt. Once the crab has shed its hard shell, the new one beneath is truly soft for a couple of hours, when it can be sold to consumers in restaurants. This means that crabs ready to molt, called peelers or busters, must be monitored in an aquaculture system so they can be removed from the water immediately to stop the hardening process. While there are several types of systems, a recirculated water system offers the best control. It allows shedders to have more flexible facility locations, even away from the coast, and it allows for the most control over water quality, which is essential for profitable crab shedding operations. The system basically consists of 4 parts: the trays which hold the peeler crabs, the mechanical and biological filters, the sump, and a pump to recirculate the water. A water spray bar helps aerate the water so there is enough oxygen for the crabs, and some shedders add an extra tank of water after the sump. Volume of water is really important because the more water you have, the more stable your system. The tray should be deep enough that crabs won't crawl out, and wide enough so that you can easily reach the whole interior. Often, shedders will separate white liners and red liners in different trays, so they know which trays to check regularly for crabs on the verge of molting. Water flows out of the tray through both mechanical and biological filtration, and into your sump, which can be combined into one physical tank. Mechanical filtration is simply catching the larger debris, such as legs and waste from the crabs, using things like screens or hog's hair air filters. It should be placed in the system before the biological filtration and where it is easily accessible for regular rinsing to avoid clogs. The biofilter is where you keep your bacteria happy. Often, this filtration involves using sand, rock, shell, or even small plastic particles, providing a place for bacteria to grow. The bacteria is often that slime you see growing on your biofilter, and it's necessary for the health of your system. Though most of these filters require minimal maintenance, keep in mind that a sand filter, while more effective, needs a lot more work to keep it running properly. Like in a fish tank, crabs give off waste that can build up and cause problems. They give off ammonia, which can be deadly if it builds up, at least not right away. Beneficial bacteria transform ammonia into nitrite before levels get too high, but nitrite is still a really big issue for crabs. If you test positive for nitrite in your water, it's probably why you have a high crab mortality rate. So to keep your system healthy, you need additional good bacteria to convert the nitrite into safer nitrate, which is simply removed whenever you do water changes on your system. Nitrate is not harmful and is simply removed whenever you do water changes on your system. The best practice is to start your system running early enough, about 30 to 40 days before crabs come in, so that enough bacteria can grow to properly convert the ammonia to nitrate. Ways to introduce bacteria include adding a crab, fish, or unfiltered local water. Heating your sump up to 90 degrees for one day, about 10 to 15 days before your peelers come in, will speed up the growth of the bacteria. What do bacteria need to thrive? First, they need waste, so bacteria numbers will decline in an empty system. They also need the right amount of oxygen and pH. Testing the water quality in your trays and sump must be done regularly, so you can adjust levels as needed. There are a variety of test kits widely available, from color-changing samples to really easy test strips. These kits will test total ammonia, nitrite, nitrate, temperature, pH, alkalinity, dissolved oxygen, salinity, and chlorine. Louisiana Sea Grant and LSU Ag Center have a handy chart that shows the safe range for each and the frequency of testing.